Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to make a blend with the circle swept as our protruding element. So first of all, I'm just going to make an example. I will be making a sketch on this plane, right? So I'm just going to make a line here, and then this line will be 100 millimeters in length. Then we exit the sketch. So after that, we will be doing some extrusion to get some surface. So I will use extrude function to extrude here. Okay, 100 millimeters, and another. I will basically use the same sketch, and then direction is Z direction, also 100 millimeters, and okay. So I will be changing the color of these surfaces so that we can see clearly what's happening. All right, so now we have two different surfaces. Okay, so the next thing that we will want to do is, we will create a sweep. Okay, and profile type will be a circle, so click on that, and then we will create center and radius as the subtype. So the center curve selection will be the curve or a line at the intersection between these two particular surfaces. So in this particular example, the ones that are at the intersection of these two surfaces is basically this particular sketch 1. So I will be using this sketch as our center curve. So radius, I will be just putting 10 for initial, and then we can just click OK. All right. So we now have three different surfaces. Okay. So we now have extrude 2, extrude 1, and the sweep surface that we have just done. So the next thing is, before we start blending, we need to split these particular surfaces. So we will go to the split function, located right here in my CATIA. Just click on split. Then element to cut, we will basically take these two surfaces, surface 1, surface 2, close, and the cutting elements, we are going to pick the sweep, the circle sweep that we do just now. Click on that. So you will actually see that now, it's asking you whether is this the ones that you want. So if it's not, you can click the other side. So ensure that the end result is like this. So we do not want the surfaces inside of this one. So this is the things that we are going to remove. So make sure that the end product is something like this. Then we can hide the sweep. So we will be ended up with these two surfaces with these two offsets. So once we have this particular shape, we can start to blend. So I take the blend function. So if you notice, if you have basically attended our fundamental course, you will know how to use blend. But just to recap, for blend to actually work, the first curve and the first support had to be at the same surface. For example, if I take the first curve to be this particular edge, so the first support have to be this surface and not this one. Why? Because the first curve is here, and that the support, it should be at where the first curve lies. If you pick the first curve here and then the first support, you pick this surface, then there will be an error. So ensure that the first support and the first curve lies at the same surface. Same with the second curve and second support. So we want to basically connect this and this one. So the first curve here, the second one should be here. Second support, it has to be here. Okay. All right. So now, if you click OK, so the blend is going to be created for you. If you have an error, sometimes, okay, you need to check the direction. Sometimes, if the directions are not basically the same, okay, like this one pointing outwards and this one pointing inwards, that will be basically twisting, and we will have an error. So ensure that the directions are the same, okay, and we should be getting this particular blend. Okay, so next what we can do is we already have our profiles. We can now do, okay, changing the controlling parameters at the sweep. So how do we do that? You simply just expand, and there is a radius here. Just double click on that. Okay, we can change the radius to be, okay, let's say now I want to pick 20. So if I pick 20, okay, notice that this particular blend is also changing according to the sweep radius. If I changed it more, okay, 50 now. So the offset now is here and here, and the blend will be bigger. So sometimes we actually are wondering, why don't we just use, okay, edge fillets? Basically they are the same functions, right? You want to make a corner here. Sure, you can use edge fillets, but with blend you have more options. Okay, for example, you can use curvature here, which is not present in edge fillet. So sometimes when you want to do styling or something that requires a very smooth surface, so tangent sometimes will provide you with a rough surface. So you can have basically more flexibility on doing or controlling your corner, okay, if you do by this method. Okay, so basically that is the end of this video, okay, showing you how to use a blend with the circle swept function. Thank you.